Welcome to another training from Straight Talk Commercial Real Estate Academy. Today we're going to talk about what exactly is RUBS in multifamily. And you're going to find out here it's actually quite simple. We can change the thing here. There we go. Okay, so RUBS. It's an acronym. It stands for Ratio Utility Billing System. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you in a second, but very first, you need to understand how multifamily leases work in order to understand how RUBS work. And multifamily leases, they're not on a gross lease. A gross lease is a flat fee that someone pays to the landlord, and that's it. They don't pay electric or gas or anything. They just pay a fat fee or pay a flat fee and nothing else. Now, on multifamily leases, what you'll find is it's what's called a modified gross lease. Modified gross lease means the tenant pays a base rent plus some share of their other expenses, their fair share. So that would usually be electric, gas in multifamily. Sometimes the water is separately metered in more recent newer buildings, but usually you'll see a separate meter for electric and gas. And so landlords typically will bill them or have them bill themselves for the electric and gas and set that up themselves. Now, what that means is that the owner pays the rest. Okay, that means the common area maintenance, gas and electric for the common areas, water, trash, property taxes, building insurance, liability insurance. It's a lot of stuff for the owner to take on. So when we look at RUBS, what we're trying to do is have the tenant reimburse the owner for some share of the utilities. Now, usually that is water, sewer, and trash. Again, if the water is separately metered, what you're going to see is that the tenant will do that themselves. So what will happen is you'll have a third party will usually come in and run this whole thing. So the bills will usually go to the third party. They'll analyze stuff. They'll calculate, what's the, how many units are occupied, how many people are in each unit, right? Because they'll weight it differently if there's more people in unit A than unit B, right? Because unit B only has one guy in it, so he doesn't use as much water or trash or sewer services. So the third party will usually come in and run this. They'll give a bill directly to the tenant, right? And that'll take care of a lot of the utilities, and the landlord obviously will take care of some of those. But a fair share of these three will usually be billed over to the tenant. And in multifamily, the utility bills are significant portion of the expenses, right? You've got taxes, insurance, management, maintenance, utilities, and repairs. And if you take care of a large portion of the utilities, that cuts out a big portion of your expenses. So when you're looking at, doing a value add project, if you've got a client who's looking at a property and you ask the agent, is RUBS implemented? And they say no, there's a really big opportunity to have a value add play for the new or current ownership. And so again, usually it's a third party. If you've got a big, management team, or if you've got a big ownership team, 5,000 plus units, or, if they've got internal services that they use, sometimes they'll do this on their own, but usually almost always it's some sort of third party, and they're fairly common to put the RUBS system in place. So hopefully this helps. You understand what RUBS is. Now, if we go back here, let's just make sure you know. That's what it stands for, Ratio Utility Billing System. So now you can sound very smart next time you're in a multifamily conference talking to people and they give you that acronym. You know exactly what it means. So hopefully this helps. Talk to you next time. If you enjoyed this free training, you should join our other members at straighttalkacademy.com. For a low monthly fee, you receive many benefits that our community has, such as over 55 training classes and workshops on commercial real estate and apartments taught by seasoned commercial real estate agents. You also get access to Commercial Real Estate Toolkit, as well as our brokerage's templates, tools, resources, marketing materials, letters, call scripts, business development classes, and more. Also, you have access to a private members-only group. It's a mastermind group, and you get monthly professional interviews with business professionals in our industry. We also give you live office hours with our seasoned agents. We'll answer questions that you have directly live. So if you like this training, please join us at straighttalkacademy.com or click the description below.